See, before I call some Yoruba Muslims bastards, just hear my analysis. You see, I define Islamization as when a Muslim, threats you or kills you just because you are not a Muslim. That is my own definition of Islamization. You see, it is not in the place of Yoruba culture. It is never in the place of Yoruba culture. It has never been in the place of Yoruba culture that you see a Yoruba man killing his fellow brother or a fellow tribal man because of religion violence or because of religion intolerance. You will never hear, you never see it. I grew up in the West, in Yoruba land. I have never seen, I have never heard it before. The same thing goes to South, Edo and Delta State. You will never hear it one day that two brothers are fighting or communities are fighting because this one is a Muslim, this one is a Christian. You will never hear it. This alien culture emanated from the northern part of Nigeria. They are the one that is practicing this culture, and as we speak, it has been politicized, and they are pushing this agenda towards us here. Do you understand? I have never seen an Igbo man fighting over religious differences. I have never seen it. I've never heard it before. It is not part of Eastern culture. It's not part of Southern culture. It's not part of Western culture in Nigeria. It is the alien culture of the northern parts of Nigeria. See, you will never see an Igbo, Yoruba, or a South person choose religion over business interest, over family interest, over civilization, over development, over all these things. You will never see, you will never hear it. But reverse is the case in the northern part of Nigeria. In the northern part of Nigeria, they will choose religion first before any other thing. You will see a brother kill his own brother, or a father kill his own son or daughter just because he's not a Muslim. That is purely Islamization. That is how religion has fought with their head. And we should not allow this agenda to come into our place here. We must push it back. So you must be a bastard Muslim, Yoruba bastard Muslim, for you to be happy that your own brother was killed in Kwara State inside CSC Church just because he's not a Muslim. You must be a bastard. Because your culture forbids that you choose religion over tribe. Yes, your culture forbids that. The only fight I have seen in the West, in the South, in the eastern part of Nigeria is tribal fights. Maybe Modakeke and Ife, they are fighting. Ijo and Shekiri, they are fighting. Or some communities in Igbo land, they are fighting. You will never hear or see anything of such that, Ijo Muslims, they are fighting Shekiri Christians. You will never hear it. This is the culture of the northern part of Nigeria. And let me tell you, it has been politicized. In my recent video, I told you, I said in Islam, there is no difference between politics and religion. They see the duo together. That's it. I will give you an example. You see, Saudi Arabian Muslims, they are quite different from Iranian Muslims. Do you know why? Because Iranian Muslims, they are extremists. They are called Muslim Brotherhood. They are the brutal Muslims. While Saudi Arabians, they are just these general Muslims. Iran says the day they acquire nuclear weapon, they will destroy Saudi Arabia because they are fake Muslims. When you look at Saudi Arabia and Israel, they don't agree. But when it comes to a common enemy, they agree, which is Iran. That is why when you see Israel attacking Iran, the Saudi Arabia supports Israel. So let me bring this analogy back to Nigeria now. The Iranian Muslims are the northern part of Nigeria, while Saudi Arabian Muslims, they are the Yoruba, the western part Muslims. So they see Yoruba Muslims as fake Muslims. And you must be very careful, Yoruba Muslims. The way you are welcoming this idea into the West, you will suffer it too. Most of the pastors, Papa Deboye, all of you are quiet. You are doing as if you don't know what is going on until the day will come when they will bring out a popular pastor among you, and we will cut off his head. What we are seeing now is just testing the waters. It is called jihadist movement. Look at Kwara State, look at Osun State, look at Kwara State, look at Ekiti State. They share the same boundary. It is a movement. So if you are Yoruba Muslims and you agree that you choose religion over tribe, that your brother can be killed, your own brother can be massacred, can be butchered, can be smashed just because he refused to be a Muslim, then you are a bastard Muslim. And that is the truth. In fact, history has it that one of these king in the northern part of Nigeria, I think Emir of Kano or Sokoto, something like that, his daughter accepted Jesus Christ, and he said they should go and behead the daughter. But Jesus Christ intervened, and miraculously that daughter disappeared. They couldn't find her. Have you ever heard it before that Omonojo of Benin, or Olu of Wari, of Oba of Lagos, or Igwe of Igbo land, we say, or we order the killings of his own daughter of his own daughter just because she chooses to be a Muslim or Christian, whatever. You will never hear it. It is not in our culture. It is not in our place. That is the culture of the Northerners. That is the culture of the Filanis. That is their lifestyle. So they are now bringing the same culture into us here. They have politicized this culture. Our political leaders, they know what they are doing. They are now pushing this culture towards the West, and the people who are welcoming this culture are the Yorubas, and I pity them.
People have been telling you that Islamic agenda is a lie. No, it's true. I can tell you that I was born a Muslim. My people have been Muslim since the 7th century. I'm a Madinga, and we have been Muslim. There is nobody in my ethnic group who is Christian. All my people have been Muslim, and I studied Islam in northern Nigeria. And I'm telling you, the agenda is to push that country toward Islamic agenda or destroy it completely. So, to your question, I will tell you that Nigeria does not have a bright future for now. It doesn't have a bright future for now. The elements that are in the north, and most of them are receiving grants. Some of them, even in university, they are getting grants from this Qatar, and all the extreme Islamic group are giving them money. And they are building, their power is increasing day by day in the political system. They are even creating billionaires. That eventually tomorrow they want to control western part of Nigeria. The East a little bit stubborn for them. Eastern Nigeria is stubborn. That's why they are isolating them. The isolation of so-called Igbo, it's not because Igbo hate Nigeria. Igbos are the most Nigerian than any Nigerian. They are every part of Nigeria you find them. They have their own problem for sure, like every African group. But the issue, they are not the problem. But they are acting a little bit stubborn to the Islamic agenda. So they have to be isolated. And to do that, you need one of the most powerful group, which is the Yoruba group. If you don't use Yoruba, you can't succeed. And the Yoruba group is very educated. So what do? You look for the weak one among them, which is the Islamized ones, and play on their religious sentiment. And then you destabilize the country.
The Muslims in northern Nigeria, they hate the Christians so much. This is the reason why. Watch this.
I am a Mohammedan, and I have prejudices against Christians too in southern Nigeria.
You said you have prejudices against Christians in southern Nigeria. Is that particularly because they are Christians? I'm a Christian myself, but I have no prejudice against Mohammedans. I rather prejudice against whites.
I often feel that.
Why?
You see, we in Nigeria, and now part of Nigeria, northern Nigeria, we often feel that Africa is for Muslims, not for Christians. It's meant for Muslims. And our social life is entirely different from the Western ways. We are totally opposed to it because it sort of try to disassociate our religious principles.
We were talking a moment ago about discrimination between white and black. Suppose Nini comes to visit you in Nigeria. Would he be discriminated against in any way?
I suppose so, simply because for one reason. You see, we eat in a bowl. We in my home, we put a big bowl down, and you have about 3 or 4 people putting their hands all at the same time into the bowl.
There is an element of competition.
And you see, we don't allow Christians to interfere. We don't allow Christians to put their hands inside. You see, it's one of our religious doctrines. We don't allow. We're not supposed to eat with Christians in the same bowl unless we're obligated to. And so,
this hatred for the Christians is only in the north. The Muslims in the west and the south, they are not hateful towards the Christians. Because me, as a young man, I grew up as a Christian until I left organized religion. I grew up with Muslim friends. They were very nice, friendly people, you know. So, but the Muslims in the north, they hate the Christians with passion. You can clearly hear what that young man said in 1956 in the debate interview that you just watched. So the guy said that Africa should be a Muslim continent. Who gave him the audacity to be speaking for all the Africans? You can clearly see that this is the intention of the northern Nigerians. They want every single Nigerian to be a Muslim. You can't force people to join your religion. Now, Donald Trump has carried out an airstrike against the northern Nigeria because the Nigerian government refused to do what they are supposed to do. Some of the top leaders in Nigeria, including the president, they are Muslims. That is why they turn a deaf ear to what is going on in northern Nigeria. When Donald Trump said he was going to come to carry out an airstrike against the Boko Haram in northern Nigeria, the Muslims in the north, they were protesting on the streets. But I never see them protest when the Christians were unalived. They never protest because they know what they are doing. Now you can clearly see that these people are evil-minded people. They are not true believers of God. They are evil people. One thing that also shocked me is that when there was a coup in Benin Republic, Nigerian government was quick to go and help the government of Benin Republic by sending Nigerian troops to there. So you can clearly see that the Nigerian government, they can be able to stop this Boko Haram, stop these people from unaliving the Christians, but they refuse because they themselves, they are Muslims. So you can clearly see that these people know what they are doing, and this is totally evil. As for me, I'm yet to see a Quran verse that says that Christians should be unalived. Please, if you have any Quran verse that says that Christians should be unalived, put it in the comment section because I have not seen it. So why are they carrying all these attacks on the Christians in the northern Nigeria? Because this only happens in the north. It doesn't happen in the south. Because the people of the north, they have hatred for the Christians. If you listen to that guy in that video, you will see that these people hate Christians with passion. Because some of these Christians in the north, they are also northern people. They are also Hausas. They are unaliving their own people because they have another religion. This is evil.
Islam, I think you people really have the plan of taking this world by force. No, you want to take over the world by force, and you've been on that, taking so many lives. It now looks like it is only Islam that have the monopoly for violence and madness. And at this point, I think it is safe to call on every other religion. Call yourself Christian, call yourself Buddhist, call yourself Judaism, call yourself anything, Hindu, traditional worshippers. As long as it is what you believe, it is time to defend yourself. It is time to be as mad and violent as Islam. So you say these Islam people, they don't even imagine if the entire world choose to do as they are doing. You want to take the world by force, and the world should be defending themselves from your hand by force. It is not only the Quran that preaches violence. I hope we all know that. There are so many verses in the Bible, so many, that also preaches the same violence as much as the Quran. I think it's time for our religious leaders to invoke those verses. Enough of this intimidation. Islam think they are the only one who have the right to do and undo. Imagine a world being troubled by one religion called Islam. Only one religion, giving the whole world trouble. And I'm beginning to imagine a situation where every other religion beginning to do same. I think this world will be a hell for everyone. Because since the world order is looking at Islam, clapping at them, watching them do this rubbish, I think it's time every other religion become as the same as Islam. Yeah, whatever Islam can do, let every other religion be prepared to do same. Counter their madness. You get the point now. I hope you help me share this video because it's beginning to get too much. You know, when you give this anybody the monopoly or give them this advantage of whenever they hit you, you're never going to hit back. They keep hitting you. Enough of being called a sheep, you mumu church goers. Enough of being a sheep. Try and rise up, become that lion. Sheep is not an animal. How can you be a sheep? You dull, you're weak, you're useless, you are harmless, you are vulnerable to destruction. You are no longer a sheep from this day. Say you are now a lion. You are now a tiger. You are a leopard. You are a hyena. Call it whatever animal that is aggressive and bold. That's the only way you will survive. Otherwise, you see this Islam, they will wipe you all out. Not you, all of us. Because even we that doesn't believe in either of the madness, we are also victims. Because as long as you are not a Muslim, they see you as an infidel and you are not supposed to live. That's their belief. What makes you think that violent people like this, terrorists and vampires like this, deserve to live? I don't see any reason. You get the point now. So let's work on this. That the GOs, pastors, bishops, enough. Stop telling your leader, your church goers or your church members to lay down, to be peaceful. There is nothing peaceful in religion. Islam is taking advantage of your so-called peace. They said they are the religion of peace, and they are meting that peace on you using sword, dagger, and guns. All of that should end.
Terrorism, jihad, Islamization agenda. I'm asking my Muslim brothers, if you eventually Islamize the world, what do you have to offer? I ask again, what do you have to offer? Because last I checked, the religion that have contributed immensely to modern science and tech, number 1 is Christianity. We need them in this world. Number 2 is Judaism. We need them in this world. Number 3 is atheism. And number 4 is Islam. Now, comparing by population, number 1 is Christianity. Okay, let's say by virtue, Christians, they are much, so their innovation should be much. Then why is it that Judaism, that is 0.2 of the world's population, in number 2, whereas the ones that are number 2 that are claiming that a time will come the whole world will be Islam, they are far back. And the place they have even contributed is in mathematics and medicine. That's their contribution. Meaning, if the world is Islamized eventually, the world will retrogress. Had it been everybody is a Muslim in this world, I don't think by now would be dreaming of using gadgets like phones and all the rest. I don't think so. So if you are thinking of Islamizing the world, what do you have to offer? Just every day bowing down, every day. What do you have to offer? How do you make the world fun? Nothing. Just oppressing people. Please, this is not a hate speech to my Muslim brothers. No, I just want you people to think, because what is the fuse about? A time will come, everybody will be a Muslim. A time will come. If it's not by forceful conversion, if it's not by polygamy, if it's not by early marriage, if it's not by suppression and threats to anybody that lives Islam, do you think your population will even be bigger than Judaism? No, now. So stop that brag. Stop it. I hate it. Like you're forcing me to something. I lie. We die here. I'm not joining. I won't join, and my generation will not join. So stop it. Quit that mindset. Nigeria will not be Islamized.
I did a little bit of research. And if it's offensive to you, I'm sure you'll be fine. I found out that states that have Christian governors in Nigeria, they hardly have religious violence. Let me clear things up first. When you talk about states like Ekiti, Ondo, Oyo, Ogun, Lagos, basically southwestern states, you will find out that they have Christian governors and there's no religious violence. Those people that want to carry out religious violence or that go into church and kidnap people and murder people, they are from the north. When you find states in the south, like Rivers, Cross River, Akwa Ibom, even Delta, they hardly have religious violence unless they are imported from the north. And it's because their governors are Christians and they don't subscribe to violent ideologies. When you have states in the southeast, there's no religious violence. Only the kind of violence that is there in the south is political in nature. But can we say that for other states like Kwara State? Can we say that for other states like the northern state, the core north, and the other parts of the northern Nigeria? But states that have Christian governors enjoy relative peace from bandits, from terrorists, from Boko Haram, simply because our governors will not connive with people that want to destroy us. We hear confessions of bandits that were arrested in Kwara State, and we heard what they said. Whether I believe them or I don't believe them is for another day. We heard where they said they got their weapons from. And they even swore. They said, Wallahi Talahi, we got our weapon from so place. But in the southwest, you hardly see something like that. You actually see our governors conniving with those kind of people because Christians. No mass adoption in the southwest, Christians. No mass adoption in the southwest, Christians. No mass adoption in the south, Christians. In the middle belt, states that have Christian governors are being overwhelmed by who? You know.
Good day to our viewers all over the world and welcome back to Local Journal. We've listened to what people are saying, especially Southerners are saying in the video, and we can see how radical these extremists in the north are. towards the Christians in the south. And that's the reason why we are saying that the country should be taken back to when we were having the southern protectorate and the northern protectorate, so that these two distinct regions can be on their own, so that we can go back to the old ways of doing things. Because this current system that gives them the right to try to kind of like pilot the affairs of the south, or maybe to position themselves as a gatekeeper over the south, or as a lord over the south, it's not going to take us anywhere. Because of course the south will not just watch while they are not overwrite it and like kind of control it. It's not going to like kind of work for us. And as a matter of fact, the north is not tolerant when it comes to religion. They value religion and see religion first before humanity, and that's not applicable to the south. And if two people are thinking towards opposite direction, there is no way they will have a central footings where they can come to reach a compromise to make things work. And as such, there is no way there will be peace in this country except everybody is in their own, except we go back to the southern and the northern protectorate system we had always had before. Not this one that is causing serious problems for us. We are facing plethora of problems already, and until we fix this religious issue, this religiously inclined region that is trying to destabilize everywhere, there is no way this country is going to move forward. So of course, everything they've said in this video is spot on, and my opinion is the north has to be on its own and the south has to be on its own if this country will make any headway. This is my opinion. Drop what you think about this in the comment section, and if today is your first time to visit our channel, please kindly like, share and subscribe to our channel.